Welcome to the show.
This guy got a mistletoe belt on.
Gosh, that is bad.
The whole plane smells like weed.
Those were the days.
It's a joke, you idiot.
Looked in the mirror, I'm like,
Good old innocent fun. Welcome back, everybody, to Troublemakers, the podcast where each week we bring on a guest and they tell crazy stories about their lives. I'm your host, Dylan Krasinski, coming to you from a beautiful day in Astoria, Queens. With me, as always, is my enigmatic co-host, the man with the plan, the big dog, Mr. Ray Zawodni.
Dylan got a thesaurus. Thank you so much, Dylan.
I'm working on my vocabulary.
Love that. Thank you for that introduction. And more importantly, I want to thank everybody who has been checking out Troublemakers. Whether you're watching our full video episodes on our YouTube, watching our shorts, our reels all across social media, or if you're our audio listeners. We love our audio listeners, and they can also do us a huge favor, and that is leave us a rating and a review. If you're going out there to leave us a rating, we ask for a 5-star rating, nothing less. If I do happen to go out to one of those apps and I notice that there is a rating out there that is not 5 stars, I've been really tired lately. I've been really miserable lately, so I'm probably not going to come to your house and abuse you or assault you or kill you like I normally threaten to do, but I will come on here and put your entire name on blast and probably just say a couple mean things about you.
Wow, very tame today.
Very tame today. I'm a little bit tired.
Super tame, dude.
And I just want to right away get Ray to our special guest. And I don't feel like
Usually threatens murder, sexual assault.
That's what
defacing property.
Well, that's the old Ray, and it's Thanksgiving week, and
I
I have a lot to be thankful for, and I'm thankful for you,
Thank
Dylan,
you,
and I'm thankful for us always getting great guests here at Troublemakers, including today. The hilarious Ed McGowan, everybody.
Oh, I like it. Fucking canned applause.
Keep it down. Keep it down.
I like how Dylan said enigmatic, and I was like, eh. And then you went on your whole tirade. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
accurate. Yeah. Ray is very
To be honest, I say enigmatic all the time. Don't even know what it means.
I'm not really sure either.
I don't know.
It's still enigmatic.
You know what? I know what it means enough to use it. If you ask me to define it on air, couldn't tell you.
He had like a Viking, like, I'm going to pillage your village.
A couple weeks ago,
5 stars.
A couple weeks ago, he threatened to plant child pornography on bad reviewers' computers, and that was
the old me. This is thankful, Ray.
There's so many layers to that. Though, like, where are you acquiring this? Like, what's it, like? You have a guy that goes and plants this. You're gonna track him down. You got an IP tracker.
No, I'm gonna make like I am going.
Let's listen to how Ray will do this.
I'm just gonna video myself masturbating, and then I am going to use the de-aging that they utilized in The Irishman, and I'm gonna de-age myself, and I'm gonna look like a cute little boy just jerking off.
Jesus Christ!
I need that de-aging.
Good God,
dude. Fuck off. You know.
I played a sketch yesterday where I was like a dad. And I'm like, here we go. This is it.
Dude, about to get typecast.
There it is. I'm the dad.
That's brutal.
You do look like you could be a dad.
I know.
You look like a good dad.
It was a good casting. I know. That's what was so sad about it.
You're like, fuck. They nailed this.
I had to pick like dorky dad clothes to wear for the thing, and I was like showing stuff to my wife, and she's suggesting things that I regularly wear.
She's like, "Where's that dumb fucking hoodie that you got that I hate?"
All right, babe. I need some stuff that makes me look like a real nerd.
She's like, "Well, you have a closet full."
It's like, actually, just go with how you're dressed now. You nailed it.
You didn't even put the costume on yet. You're like, I got to dress like a real nerd. She's like, nailed it.
Killed it.
You look like you have a look where you would be like a good dad, though. You don't look like a scumbag dad.
I think I would be a good dad.
Yeah.
I mean, I my dad's like, I have a good dad.
Hell yeah.
But I grew up around scumbags, so I always like aspired.
Where did you grow up?
I was an aspiring scumbag. I think I fulfilled it.
Like a scumbag's apprentice.
Dude, well, I just remember the guys that used to hang out in the corner in front of our house.
Yeah.
And I thought they were the coolest. And like there was a whole like neighborhood watch set up because of them, and they were like graffitiing houses and stuff like that. And I was just like, these guys are so cool.
Oh God! I know exactly what you mean, though. Except my thing was growing up, I would see those guys at the park and be like, can't go to the park because they're going to offer me free drugs. And I'm terrified of that.
See, I was like 6 That was like at a young like childhood, like those were my heroes.
You were like C from A Bronx Tale.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Like I had a dad that
get
like
in the house.
that coached, you know what I mean, like my teams and stuff like that. And I looked up, instead of looking up to my dad, I looked up to these fucking hoodlums.
Yeah, your dad's driving the bus every day.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
driving the
totally.
bus back and forth, staying straight and narrow.
You're from Philly, near Philly.
Suburbs, yeah.
Suburbs.
Like northeast suburbs.
Oh hell yeah! But like PA or like the Jersey part.
Oh, no. PA.
Yeah, okay.
No, I was like, I mean, I said scumbag, not full and entire. You know
Not
what I
a
mean?
piece of shit. Jersey gets such a bad rap.
Yeah, I don't see any
It's just
tape ups
fun.
over here.
It's just fun. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
Like, we're just having a good time. What exit? You know what I mean? Like, all the fucking cliches of Jersey.
Yeah.
But they're, it's funny being up here because I run into somebody from South Jersey. And I'm like, yo. Eagles. You know what I mean? We talk sports, we talk hoagies, like, you know, the whole thing.
Hoagies.
Yeah. I talk hoagies. That's what we
Hoagies.
just have, like, hoagie
it's-
talk.
Well, we have that in Pittsburgh too. Hoagie talk.
Oh, you say hoagie?
I say hoagie.
Not sub?
Hoagie.
No. Is Pittsburgh
Where's
supposed to be
subs?
sub?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We say hero. And that's a New York thing.
You're in New York?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Long Island.
Oh, Long Island's a hero. Oh, okay.
Hero.
Who says subs?
I think everybody.
Okay.
I don't know. Boston says subs. Boston says grinder.
Yeah.
But I lived there. I never heard anybody call it a grinder.
was like heated.
Maybe.
Toast, like a little toast.
Toasted.
Well,
that accent, dude.
I laid it on there a little bit. I start talking about food, it's gonna come out. Yeah.
That's the. I hang out with Ray so much that now I can fall into a Pittsburgh accent, but I have to say I can only do it when I say Stellars. Yeah, the Pittsburgh Stellars.
Well, they had the there's this referee in Pittsburgh that referees high school football, and they've been showing him a lot on the McAfee show because McAfee's from Pittsburgh, and like down is the ultimate Pittsburgh word where we say Don. So it's him like he's the head ref, and he keeps coming out. He's like illegal shift. Third down. he's like, that's an automatic first down. And he's like just going full like Pittsburgh accent, and it just has been like blowing up like all over like all over the city, and everybody just
It's
loves
so
this
good.
guy because you just can't hide it.
So you grew up in Pittsburgh. Then did you know you had a Pittsburgh accent?
No, I
When
didn't.
did you find out?
Fucking 4 years ago.
Yeah,
when
when you moved here. Yeah. You have no idea until you move.
Can you like tell I'm from Pennsylvania?
I catch it when we were hanging out the was it, I don't know, last week or
Yeah.
I was it was picking up. I was picking up. It slips out like you, especially like when you're telling stories and stuff like that. And you're just talking like you know, you start like that nostalgia element. Like it just
If I'm boozing,
yeah.
it comes out real bad.
Yeah.
Like it's like I start getting like because Pittsburgh inherently like part of the accent is drunk a little bit. You know what I mean? But like part of the Pittsburgh accent influence is like it's got a little bit of Midwest influence. It's got a little bit of Philly influence, and then like 10% Iron City beer.
Yeah. you
Little Jack Daniels.
when you think about that accent, you don't picture that guy in a law office. You picture him in a bar, you know, hanging out.
With like a just
Shot
like
in a beer,
just a greasy
special.
rag in his back pocket or something.
Yeah. You never hear the word Pythagorean theorem coming out of a Pittsburgh accent.
How would you do it in a Pittsburgh accent?
Hey, well, we gotta find a Pythagorean theorem if we want to score a touchdown with this offense. You know, this is like rocket science.
It all
out
relates
there.
back to football. All back to the Stellars.
Rocket science.
Rocket science.
You're talking about me boozing. You're not a boozer anymore, right?
No, I'm sober now.
Clean and sober. Congratulations, man.
How long?
So it's been like 4 years now.
Wow.
But it was longer before, and then I had a little, excursion. Little excursion, test the waters. Found out that, I still like the rock and roll, literally.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the Ready Rock.
That's that's what a lot of people say is they're like, I could have 2 beers, but once I have 4 or 5, then I'm gonna want the Coke, then I'm gonna want the heroin, then I'm gonna want something else. That was what happened
100%.
with you.
Yeah. Like it was it took a little while to get back to that, but once it did, I was like 6 a.m. hanging out with homeless guys in the village. You know what I mean? It was like,
Really?
Oh yeah.
You were there?
Oh, dude. You know that you hang out at the Pear?
Yeah.
So there was this guy. He has like I don't know what kind. It's like a Batman tattoo on his face.
Nice.
Yeah, he was my boy. He was my guy. We would go sit on a stoop in Sullivan Street and just smoke rocks.
Oh man. Yeah.
Dude, my dad liked his
Best. I just said that. It's the best.
It's
the best. It's the best.
What kind of conversations are you having?
Mostly I'm just talking about his tattoos on his face. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? Is it a Batman thing? He's like, no, it was more like, we're just, and I'm like, and then what is this over here?
Pass it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, that's my dad used to use crack like coffee.
Like coffee?
Yeah, because he when he was when he was like addicted to heroin for a while, he would still work. My dad he's fucking, like I said, from Pittsburgh. He's blue collar, so he still wakes up every morning to go to work. And when you're strung out, coffee doesn't quite do the trick anymore.
Oh my God.
So you need the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So just rock it off in the morning, and then like would he maintain throughout the day like that, or that was enough to get him?
I don't know. I mean, he was just this story is coming secondhand because my sister was telling me that he was explaining this to her in-laws from back in the day. Because
he's just handing out tips. Hey, listen, if you're ever strung out on heroin and you can't get to work,
what a meet and greet.
Oh, you need a good lighter though. That's the one thing I'll say.
What a meet. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Hey, these are my parents. Like, this is my dad. He's like, you know what you're doing. You know when you're on a fucking 14-hour bender.
No, it was a stepdad too.
Oh my
sister's real dad. That makes it. I think it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude.
Crazy.
But that was your poison.
So yeah, I mean, I started doing drugs early. I don't know about you guys. Drugs?
I was never really
no?
a big drug guy. No, I was just a big boozer.
Yeah, I went to rehab a couple times. I was in rehab in like 11th grade. I went to rehab.
That's okay.
Yeah,
what was the drug of choice?
Just weed. But, it was like, I come from a long line. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My father and his father before him, you know what I mean? That whole thing. And my dad was just like, yo, this is out of hand already with this kid.
Yeah.
So I was going to like, just like outpatient rehab thing.
Yeah.
But I was like doing it.
Were you getting high before school, during school, that kind of stuff?
And I got caught with like a I guess it was an ounce. I guess it was an ounce of just dirt weed.
Yeah.
Just dirt weed.
Yeah.
Just a big bag of like just shake and on the bus. And it wasn't even I got caught. Somebody kind of like told on me. This girl that we used to tease.
Fucking snitch.
Yeah, but I mean I didn't really rip on her as much, but I was with a crew that kind of did. You know
What did you tease her for?
Called her. I shouldn't say.
What attribute did you tease her for?
We called it, she was kind of like shiny, so we called her Greasy Griner. That's what we called her, Greasy Griner. Yeah. Which was kind of mean because in actuality, she was kind of sexy. Like she,
Oh, really?
yeah, she just had like an oily skin, like a teenager kid
That's tough.
would have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know why everybody went on her so hard. But I was with the crew. Like I never stuck up for her. or
Yeah,
anything like that.
hey, listen, you say something, then they're going to turn on you.
It wasn't even that so much as like I didn't disagree. You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't. I had a hard time finding a way to defend her. It's like they weren't wrong. It's just
Come on, guys. She's not that bad.
Right.
And she snitched.
She told her dad. Her dad knew my dad. Yeah.
Wow.
She told her that I had a bunch of weed. So then went to rehab all of 11th grade, and then I missed a little phase, like a coke phase that my friends were going through, and when I got into 12th grade, like I was just like, all right, I got to catch up. So I was just doing everything.
Shit.
You know what I mean? The coke, acid, just trying to just catch up. And never a really good way to party. It's not a good.
You know what that is? You know what a microcosm of that is? Is when you get to the bar sober, like after work, and your friends are already fucked up, and you're like, I gotta catch up, and then you always end up like shitting and throwing up at the same time.
You're worse than everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no need to catch up. It takes one drink. All you have to have is a drink in your hand, and you're already caught up.
Yeah, 100%.
Instead, I'll be like, dude, that attitude. Oh my God. I so remember that. Just like showing up, being like, I got got to get there. And it's just like 3-4 shots real quick.
And you're just
And then
fucking
it's
toast.
an hour later, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah. Like, what happened, dude? You just got here.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Yeah.
I had one of those in law school when I was there. It was my first year there, and I thought people still partied like it was college. So it was my roommate's birthday. Friday, we're going out that night. I left school. Like, I was like, hey, I got to get home. It's my roommate's birthday. I show up to my apartment at like 3 o'clock, 3:30, and I'm like, we're going out in a few hours. I should start. No one. I'm like, they're gonna be here in 20 minutes. You know, they're gonna get here, dude. I start making myself dirty martinis. Just at the end, it was
martinis
just
go
vodka with olive juice.
Yep.
You know, I'm just putting olives in, drinking them down. They show up like 3 hours later. They get back to the apartment at like 6:30, and I'm like, we're going out in an hour. What are we doing? Where are you guys? And they're like, we're at the library. What do you mean?
Hey,
they
we're
come
adults.
home, dude. We drank it. At that point, I'm already wasted. I was already gone. It was one of those nights we got in the cab to go to this club. We showed up. My head's already spinning. I get out of the car. I was like, fuck no. I get back in the car. I was like, take me back, dude. I woke up. Dude, all my windows open, my door wide open. I'm like hanging off the bed. That was a tough night.
See, what I respect most about that story is having the presence to know I got to get back in the car, because I would go in and get arrested. You know what I mean? Like, I got to go in here, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, I'm talking to police officers.
I got to go in here and wait for somebody to look at my friend wrong. And swing on him without asking any questions. So when you punch the guy with the lazy eye that had no idea that he was staring at your friend, why did you do that? You've been arrested? You said?
I've been arrested. Yeah, the big one was like a bunch of like underage drinking. It's like drinking in the woods. It's funny. I was thinking about this morning. I was walking my dog. Like, it's nice and crisp out. Like this is like that first like really that nice fall day. Like where it's just so, like it's brisk. Like it's like football weather kind of thing, right? Where it's not like super cold, but you get that like bite in the air. And man, that always just I'm gonna be 50 years old. Like I still think immediately of drinking in the woods. You know what I mean? Like, so first thought I thought of was like drinking in the woods. Like that was like growing up, man. That was the whole thing. So a bunch of like underage drinking, running from the cops, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But the big arrest thing, like going to like that night in jail, like kind of getting in front of the judge. I got lucky. Wow, I'm getting ahead of myself. So like it's the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, like the big night. Yeah, right. And we're all drinking at the bar that we were drinking at since we were under 17. So we've been drinking there forever. And the bandbox, it burned down recently. Actually, it was really sad. We all had a little memorial every time. Like, dude, what the fuck?
We got to go get some of the ashes. Put them in a jar.
I think somebody did get some ashes actually. But so we're just getting fucking shitty. A couple guys are in from like IUP. You know where IUP is?
I know IUP.
Yeah, that's up by you, right? So a couple guys are down from there. So it's like a group of us, probably like 20, just shots of like Wild Turkey, Old Grant, just the worst bourbon, right? I step outside to like vomit, just puke up a shot, and I look up and I see two of my buddies like shaking the hood of a car. Like they're just jumping up and down on this car in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on over here? It's Jimmy and Chucky, and they're like jumping on this car, and I'm like, oh, this looks, all right, I'm in. Yeah, right? And I come up, and there's a woman in the car. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like fucking just like laughing like crazed, like lunatics. Just like, no soul left in their eyes. Just like, and the woman looks terrified. And I go, yo, guys, dude, there's a lady in here. There's a lady in here. And then like they just keep going. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. Like I just go back into the bar. And then sure enough, 20 minutes later, she walks in with 4 police officers. Nice. Yep. And she like looks across the bar and she goes, him, him and points right at me. And I was like, yo, I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, yo, I was just coming out there. And I'm talking to the cop, and I knew this guy, like we had a history in this cop. And I go, dude, listen, wasn't me this time. I swear, like, I just went out to puke.
I went to sober up.
Yeah, exactly. I was I was doing the right thing. And
They were like, well, now did you stand up for her? And you're like, no, I didn't do that again. Fuck.
they didn't. Well, the crazy thing was they had me and they had Chucky, or no, they had Chuck, and then they didn't have Jim. She pointed to another wrong person.
Yeah,
She
okay.
pointed to a wrong person. So there was a lot of like arguing their case and everything like this. And then finally, I was just like, because I knew this cop, I was like, listen, Ward, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You ain't got shit on me. And I'm like doing this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, I'm getting, and then he just pulls out some mace and goes, oh yeah? Dude, maced me in my eyes. Like, it must have lasted like 4 or 5 seconds, like straight in my eyes. And I just drop. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I don't know. It was like cop mace, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the...
It's not like what you get on Amazon.
Oh my God.
Dude, crazy. So I'm just like screaming, writhing around on the ground. Like, I don't know what I like. And then I realized what's going on. And in my head, I remember thinking this, like, I'm going to play this up.
Yeah.
I'm going to make some money. I'm going to sue the city.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember feeling that, like, I gotta play this up for the crowd here.
Oh,
I gotta
yeah.
make a whole. I'm like, I'm blind.
I'm blind.
And they're just standing around me, just watching, just like I'm putting on this little drama club show, you know.
Oh my
And then
God.
finally they're like, all right, put them in the back. They let me do my whole thing.
They let you do your set.
Because, like, just kicks me twice.
That was your monologue.
Yeah. So they put me in the back of the car, and before they take me to the station, they're going to take me to the hospital to rinse me out.
Yeah.
Because it's like in my eyeballs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I remember they put me in, and I'm still like, I'm blind. As they're like, all right, enough, Miguel.
Listen, everybody's gone. It's just us here.
got it.
Relax.
And you're like, oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. So now they take me to the hospital. I'm in the ER, and they got me in this little room, and I don't really remember it. Like, you know, I have like these images in my head because I couldn't really see. I was fucking kind of blind and hammered. But like the nurse is in there, like spraying my eyes with the hose, right?
Yeah.
And she's not getting my eyes. I'm like, you're not. I'm like, I'm trying to like. So I try. I'm like, here, just give it to me. And I kind of like pushed her.
Oh,
Ed.
In front of like 3 cops.
Dude,
they just handcuffed me to the wall and just beat the shit out of me. They just said, they were like, miss, you can step outside now.
Oh my God.
And then just fucking, wow, dude, I like just got that fucking shit beat out of me.
Oh my God.
And that was that. And then the next thing you know, I was like a whooped dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know. There was no more acting. There was no more drama. Like, I was like, okay, this is real.
Holy
Yeah.
you started calling him sir.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, just
shaking in the corner. Like,
yeah, totally, man.
How old are you around this time?
21.
Okay.
oh, damn.
21. Yeah, I think I was just 21 at that time. Yeah. And so now we go to, I'm at the station, and they're like, they're ready to just keep whooping on me. You know what I mean?
My God.
Yeah, they're not. And finally, the cop that I knew, Ward, was like, because here's the thing, it's Friday night, or it's Wednesday night. There's no judge. I'm going to go to the county.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Till
be there
Monday.
Till Monday, dude. A long
It's the worst
fucking weekend.
It is. I'm a lawyer. I used to work for the DA's office, and Monday after Thanksgiving is the worst day.
Oh, it's
The
gotta be.
worst day.
It's got to be.
Friday after Thanksgiving's bad, but Monday is the worst.
Yeah, it's got to be.
So many domestics. A lot of people getting stabbed with turkey knives.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, you get the whole family together, dude. Everybody's together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
people start talking politics, people start bringing up old stuff, and then, the knives come out.
That makes so much fucking sense.
It's a lot of domestics.
Oh, wow.
You would get, like, on an average, it would be like 3 to 6 domestics,
Jesus.
And then on Thanksgiving, we're looking at like 15, 18.
Wow.
Awful.
So now you would get those the next. When do you get those cases?
We get them when they come to court.
Then when they come to court, yeah. So
Yeah.
they go to county, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go, and they're like, yeah, you have fun, motherfucker, like all that shit. And that cop that I knew, dude, he took fucking mercy on me. He called the judge, got me in front of the judge that night.
That's great.
Wednesday night
wow.
before Thanksgiving, got her out of the fucking thing, got me in front of the thing, and it like said I was like well behaved. Like he totally as he was like I'm sitting in front of the judge, I'm like, this is crazy. I don't know, like I'm about to go to jail.
Yeah.
Like my whole like fun, fuck it, man, kind of whole mentality is just gone. You know
Dude,
what
you're
I mean?
sitting there just bleeding, black eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, he was great. He was really good.
He did fall down the steps. And
He kept running into the door.
Yeah, he fell into a puddle of mace somehow. And
Right? You ran into a door.
Oh, and he was the guy that maced you.
He was the guy that based
That's why he took mercy.
He took a little.
He
He's
felt
like,
bad
this
'cause he-
went a little awry.
He knew he blasted
I
you.
didn't need to mason like
Okay.
that. Yeah, right. So he took a little mercy on me, and then like I picked up my, they called my dad. My dad came and got me, and like, it wasn't the first time he had to pick me up, but that was.
Was your dad mad?
Oh, dude, bro, dude, I told a couple stories. My dad, there was a Halloween where I dressed. I told this on a couple things, but I was dressed as a ninja with real swords. Real fucking swords, like full $500 like samurai fucking swords.
When the fuck was this? You gotta put an age on this,
It was
motherfucker.
like last year.
No, it was like right around the same time. It was probably
God.
maybe 2 years after this, something like that. Yeah, and I get blackout drunk, and my mom won't let me in the house. I get drunk. I get like thrown out of the car on the front lawn, kind of thing. Like I was at a party, and me and it's always so funny. And I was thinking about this, like when you bring your like crew that you grew up with to like another, like a little more higher brow kind of situation, and you guys just fucking take it over.
Yeah.
Just ruin it. Everybody's having fun. Wait till my guys get here.
You're like, Jimmy's gonna be jumping on the hood of your car soon. So good luck. I hope you have insurance. Because he doesn't.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you pull the swords out?
So I was whipping the swords around, and
Dude, let me get that Diet Coke. Let me slice the Diet Coke bottle.
You're out in the yard. You're like, Mom, come see this new trick I learned.
Throw me some fruit, Ma.
No, I get, she won't let me in the house. I had like passed out, pissed myself. I'm laying in the front lawn. It's like, October cold. I'm fucking soaked in piss.
You still got your weapons?
Yeah, I still got my weapons.
cool.
She calls my dad to come over. He comes over middle of the night to fucking pick me up. And I find out the next morning, because I don't know, and this is all I'm being told to me. Because I wake up in the morning, hogtied to the bottom of a bed, to the foot of a bed of my aunt's bedroom.
Oh my
where
God.
my dad was staying. So he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'll come get you, fucking swinging these fucking swords at me."
Oh my God.
Yeah, crazy.
That's so funny, dude.
He refers to it as the Night of the Ninja. It was real. He gets talked about still a little bit.
Swinging swords at me, dude.
Oh, good, dude. Holy shit.
Ed, do you think you should really get real swords for this costume? Yeah, I don't see how it could go wrong.
Well, the whole thing was I had access to the swords, and I was like, I'm like, it'd be crazy not to use these.
What can I be that needs a sword?
Let me
Samurai?
think.
Too racist.
Ninja suit. Yeah, you just cover it up. Yeah, so I'm all in black.
Oh
right?
my
I'm with a fucking
God.
face mask.
Just slinging fucking swords, dude. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh God! And I had to have, my form must have been awful. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
just like a baseball bat, like a lasso, right? He's just like, what the fuck is it? And I imagine there was a tackle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
some sort, yeah.
Give me the fucking swords. So did you have to go to court for that mace
For
incident?
the mace thing, I had to go to court. I got a public defender, and I had to go to rehab for that one. Yeah,
shit.
right. So that was part of the thing. If I went to rehab, because it was assault charges, 2 simple assaults.
For the lady?
The lady and the cop.
Wow, the cop too.
Damn.
Raising your finger to a cop.
That's-
Don't do that to a
Wow.
cop. Yep.
Yeah, I
That's
could see how they wouldn't like that.
that's considered.
You know what
or
is
can be considered assault. Yeah.
Yeah, and that you got to be careful with cops too. I always think about this because I touch people a lot.
Yeah, don't
like
touch
when
a
I'm
cop,
like,
dude.
if I'm like, hey, no, like, can I just explain something to you? That is
I don't
something
even
you
like
gotta.
you doing that to me.
You know, like that. Dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ray's like, dude, arrest him.
Officer.
He touched my arm.
Hey.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, so I had to go to court for that, and then I go to rehab for that. That was the inpatient rehab, so that was my second rehab.
shit.
And that one was crazy because I was in college at the time. I had to, so it was over the, what was it? I guess it was over the, no. Did I miss the end of the, I'm probably mixing up my times now.
How are those inpatient spots? Are they pretty brutal?
No.
No?
It's like a fucking party, dude. Are you
Really?
kidding me? You're in there with a bunch of drug addicts, dude.
Drinking
I feel
coffee,
like- I
smoking
feel like it would
cigarettes.
be-
Yeah.
I feel like it would be fucking boring, but no.
Oh, dude, it's boring to sitting in group therapy. It's
Yeah.
boring, but you're in there with like hot chicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
I've done though. Have you ever done any of those sober shows?
I haven't. Are you sober?
No. I'm actually almost 1 month off alcohol. I talked about it before, but I went to the doctor. The liver was slightly elevated,
yeah.
so she was like, "Stop taking Tylenol and stop drinking." I was like, "It's probably the Tylenol."
Yeah.
Let's take it easy on the
To
Tylenol.
be honest, I went right there too. I was like, oh, that acetaminophen.
Yeah, it's tough,
bad
dude.
news.
I don't know why more people aren't talking about how Tylenol tears apart families.
yeah, that's the problem.
What are they
Too
doing?
many headaches.
Knocking over stop signs and mailboxes.
Yeah.
Too much Tylenol,
So I
officer.
was, taking a little break. But yeah, hey, I feel, you know what I've noticed? I think I feel like shit after I drink, mostly because I eat terribly when I drink. And now I'm not drinking, but I still don't feel great. So
Yeah.
I'm still like, I gotta get some of the sugar out of my diet.
Sugar's,
some of the carbs.
sugar's definitely bad. Yeah.
So-
I had a friend of mine who said something to me. It was I always remembered it. He said it kept me drinking. He said it's harder to be a part-time drunk than a full-time drunk. Like a full-time drunk, you're not dealing with a hangover. You're just
Yes.
you're just
Interesting.
next.
And a
Just-
full-time drunk, you don't have to deal with other things in life.
You're
You're
right.
drunk.
Yeah, you're just drunk.
pretty
Yeah,
smart.
yeah. Part-time drunk is much harder. Like being like you're a foot in both worlds.
Interesting.
Kinda
yeah.
thing,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah. Because, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, and you're waking up hungover and you're like, fuck, I got to recover from
Well,
this
listen,
3
though.
days later.
Hangovers suck, but let's not ignore the fact that drinking is fucking so fun.
Oh, yeah, it's the best.
And I never want that to be lost to our listeners. Drinking is the fucking best. So keep
It's the
drinking.
best.
Even if you got a problem, just fucking power right through it.
Yeah.
And like even my dad, who was in the situation he was in, before he passed, was mostly because of his lifestyle and his drinking. So he didn't drink the last 8 months of his life, maybe a year of his life, and because he had to. But even talking to him then, in the situation that he was in then, he would be like, dude. Fucking fun though, isn't it? I miss it.
That's the best.
Yes.
Dude, I even going out. We were out yesterday and not drinking. It was fine, but there were points where we were watching the 1 o'clock games and I was like, I'm kind of bored. I would love a couple drinks right now.
Yeah. It's so funny though. I don't actually miss drinking as much. Sure, but people ask me dude, don't you miss just having? This is I do this on stage sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you miss having a beer or two? And I'm like, no, dude, I miss roasting rocks. That's what I miss. You know what I mean? Yeah, drinking's fun, but like getting fucking smoking crack, come on. That is so much fun.
Well, that's what you know Brandon Trusso. I've lived with him like the last 4 years, and he's been sober.
Friend
like
of the pod.
He's been sober like 8 years, and I remember like when I first moved in with him, I like put a 6-pack of White Claw in the fridge. I was like, hey man, it's like cool if I have like beer in the fridge. I was like, I know it probably is. I just want to be respectful. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm not gonna relapse for a fucking hard seltzer.
Exactly.
He's like, I'm gonna fucking deep throat a bottle of OxyContin. He's like, we're good, bro.
Can you tell the story? And we could cut this out if you don't want to. Can you tell the story about when Brandon got upset with you the one time?
No.
Okay.
I can tell that off pod.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
That's
yeah,
good.
I'm not gonna tell that one.
The one time he was like, too much.
But I will say is that what I like about and you are this way too, Ed, is there's like kind of like two kinds of like sober people where like you're sober because like, yeah, dude, I had a fucking problem and like now I'm just living my life without it, and you're not like, you haven't made it like your identity.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I like that. And you're not judgmental. And like you can even like fucking like Trusso all the time will be like, man, fucking you had fun last night, huh? Yeah, I bet it was fun, dude. But he's not like saying it like, dude, you really got to fucking turn things around.
The only time
there are people like that.
Yeah.
The only time I'll like go into that mode is if somebody asks me for help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody was like, hey, dude, how do I get to, like, I'm all right, cool, dude. And then like, but once you've asked, I kind of can't then like be a party to your like fucking, you know what I mean? Like, dude, you asked me for help. I spent time, like we went to fucking AA meetings together, and now you're like I'm like, I can't mix it.
Support
you know what I mean? Yeah, right.
Drinking.
Because it's just not, you asked. Once you open that door, like you're like, dude, I need help. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll show you what I did. You know what I mean? It's not really.
I also tell me if you've ever run into this. I see this bullshit a lot, and I think it's kind of fucked up. Where like a partier, like somebody like me who parties, I don't have any like I don't think I have a problem. Maybe I do, but at this point I don't. And I
would say at this point, if it hasn't become a, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I mean, how old are you?
34.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
Yeah. But I do see some people that'll have like a bad night of drinking, and they'll be like, man, I shouldn't drink anymore, and they'll hit up one of their sober friends and be like, man, I really think I need to. And they're more or less doing it because they're trying to justify their shit behaviors if they have a problem. And then they're also like trying to get some attention and like be like, man, maybe I have the same thing as you. And then kind of what that does is like somebody where like in your case where you're like, all right, man, fucking, I know what it's like. I want to help you. And then like 2 weeks later, they're getting shit-faced again. And you're like, you didn't really care. You were just looking for my attention.
Well, right. There's either there's the attention thing, or they're like just like I have a friend right now who like he's keeps talking about I'm getting sober. Like he's like trying to and I'm like, dude, you got to stop talking to me about this because you're not doing the thing. Yeah. And I feel like you think you're doing it because you're talking to me about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm not your sponsor. Like I'm not. Yeah. I'm just your friend. Like we're just you talking to me about not drinking. It's not the same as not drinking.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of people probably say things like that to probably you to be like, almost to get you to say like, oh no, you're fine.
They want some absolute.
You're good.
Yes, they're treating you like a fucking priest.
You're good. You're fine. You're not like. You don't have to stop drinking. They want that answer.
The truth is, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like I don't really care. Yeah. The real thing is like somebody helped me out, so I would help somebody out like the way they helped me out, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like I don't. If you want to like when I've dear friends that go through it, like yo, dude, anything you want, anytime you need to talk to me. But like. Nothing you could do.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the thing is, there's nothing you could do. Because I've been, you know what I mean? Until you want to until you get fucking, beat up in the projects to the fact that you, that was my, last.
That happened to you?
Wait, what happened?
Oh, dude. We got to hear that.
Okay, so I'll give that one. I don't think I've told that one. This one doesn't really end funny. You know what I mean? I guess that's why I haven't told. But,
We'll laugh at it. We'll make it funny, dude.
We'll find some jokes in there.
Fun.
Yeah. So I had this is me. I had a good job. I had shit job. We talked about this. I've had shit jobs my whole life, and then I moved to New York, and I get a job in post-production as like an assistant, and I'm like, this is like, I'm working on the SNL parody spots.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was like right down the street from SNL. Like we would do like, people from SNL would come in. It was back like early 2000s. So like Maya Rudolph, Jimmy Fallon would come in, stuff like that. Yeah, it was very cool. And I'm just a fucking train wreck, dude. Train wreck. They liked me because I was like, it's because a lot of rich kids get these jobs and stuff like that. And then I come in, I'm like 8 years older than everybody, that's coming in. And I just kind of won them over in an interview. And they're like, oh, this kid's fun. Meanwhile, I'm smoking rocks.
Personality hire. I talk about that. Personality hires, big for a team.
Yeah.
Huge for a team.
Yeah.
I feel like I've always been a good personality hire.
Yeah.
You come
me
in,
too.
you have some fun.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, you say hi to all like the secretaries.
I'm not going to be on time. That'll be fun.
I'm late again.
I was late the first 5 days. She goes, okay, listen, the first 5 days I was late. She's like, okay, listen, this is not going to be. I'm like, no, I know.
And you're like, to be fair, at least I'm consistent. That's 5 in a row. It's almost harder to not cut. It's almost harder to do 4 instead of 5.
Yeah. So anyway, so I got this job, and it slowly starts to, fall apart. After about 2 years, it's like, I'm put, the work parties. I got like, my arm around the boss's wife, like, just always taking my shirt off. Always.
Oh, yeah.
Always taking my shirt off. And like anytime that everybody were out drinking, fucking shirt is off.
Oh, hilarious, dude. I love that.
And then finally, I'm at the, it's advertising. So it's like, there's a lot of parties, a lot of drinking, a lot of like drug, people are cool, but like not dirtbag, Levittown, suburbs of Philly cool. You know what I mean? Like it's not Camaro on the lawn cool. It's a little more like Mercedes, BMW cool. Yeah. It's not like an old Chevy Nova pulling up, which was just me, like just fucking, what are we doing? Who's got the nitrous? So I'm at one of those, and I had already had there was a talking to. There was you got to clean up. And I was like kind of like seeing like a little bit of a therapist kind of situation. Wasn't really taking. And that night I'm at a work party. I went to a couple work parties. I was not supposed. They're like, dude, stop partying. Don't go to the parties anymore. I know we all need to mingle, but no, you don't. You should stop.
We know who you are. You don't need to network anymore. We're good.
And Ed, we're in the office. Put your shirt on, for Christ's sake.
So then I call my drug dealer. I'm at this party, and it's like, it hits that, like, I got to make the call. And he drives over, and I guess I got maybe like an 8-ball. I forget. Maybe sometimes he would sell me a 16th. Anyway, now I'm just out in the middle of Manhattan, just loose. And, and I walk into this bar, and it's probably like 2004, summer 2004. I walk into this bar, and it's all like black and Latino, and I'm the only white guy in there, and I'm just like, yo, who the fuck wants a party, And I'm just... They fucking, in 5 minutes in, they're like, this motherfucker's got to go. You know what I mean? Just out of hand. And the next thing you know, a couple guys were like, hey, you want to go outside and smoke a joint? I was like, yeah, sure. And they took me outside and beat the shit out of me. Just whooped me, dude.
Oh, my God.
Whooped so bad. Now the sun's coming up, and I'm like walking around. It's like, what is it, like 8th Avenue and like 27th. There's projects right there, or 9th Avenue and 27th. Anyway, I'm walking around. I go, there's a morning cart guy. The guys that sell like bagels and stuff like that, right? So, and I'm walking past. The sun's coming up, and he's like, I go, hey, can I get some ice? And he looks up. He's like loading this, and he goes, "Oh my God!" He goes, "You got to go to the hospital." I couldn't open his eye. Like the whole face was just like I look like a boxer or something, or like an IFC match or something like that. So then
or a drug addict that just got jumped.
Yeah, exactly. So I go to that, and then go to the hospital. Slowly everybody from work finds out. And then I was an assistant editor. My editor calls my sister couple days later, and like, they're firing him, and he's got a problem. You need it. So my sister calls me up, and she goes, "Hey, why don't you come over? I know you're not. I know you're. This is rough for you. Why don't you come over? We'll go to a movie. We'll bring my friend Nissa, who's like smoking hot, who I always had a crush on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, that sounds good, thanks. And I come over, and I open the door, and it was like that scene from Goodfellas when Tommy's going to go get made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he opens the door, he's like, oh,
no.
shit. Yeah, right? It's like plastic on the floor, right? I just see my mom, my dad, my sister, my editor from work, my brother. I was like, oh, I know what the fuck this is.
You're like, everybody's coming to the movie?
Where's Nissa?
Dude, that's the worst part of the story. Is you're like, hey, where's your smoking hot friend, dude? What the fuck?
I would love it. Everybody just reading their like individual things. It gets like 3 in, like about how you've affected them, and you're like, it's like this is just not coming. Or what the fuck? No, I get it. I'm going through some shit, but she's just not.
I get we're not going to the movie anymore, but is she just not even coming to this part?
So she didn't write anything? Did she send it along? Is somebody going to read Nissa's part?
And I am going to need to be refunded. I already bought our tickets on Fantango, and those are non-refundable on that website. I don't know, but...
Yeah, so then I had to go to rehab. So then I agreed to go to rehab. And the funny thing about that, too, is I forgot about this. I didn't have any ID, so I couldn't fly to... Like, I had lost... I had, like, a messenger bag with... I had lost my license, obviously, so many times. And I lost... So now I'm rolling around with a passport. And
dude, that's me right now.
And the passport was like busted. The side was busted. Shit. So it was really kind of not acceptable. So I would roll with this broken passport and like my birth certificate and like a bill and like my checkbook. Basically everything you would ever need to steal my identity. And I lost that. So I had like my social security card, all of that stuff. I would like, I would show up at bars and I would be like, just lay it out. And guys would go, what the fuck? I don't fucking care.
Which one of these is going to get me a fucking beer?
Dude. Oh, my God.
All right.
So now to go to rehab, to get on this plane to go down to Florida, I got to get ID. It's, it's after 9/11 and everything. It's like 2004. And my sister, the only way I could do it, so to start that process, I have to go to City Hall in Philadelphia, where I was born in the city of Philadelphia, so I have to go there to get my birth certificate. Because you can't do anything without the birth certificate, right? That's the beginning of it. And without any other ID, you have to bring a family member. So my sister and I have to stand in line after this whole intervention in City Hall. They're just waiting there, and we get to the counter. She goes, how can I help you? I'm his brother. He needs fucking birth certificate. She's just pissed. His fucking loser is my brother. He needs his birth certificate. And she looks at me and she's like, is that true? And I was like, uh-huh. Another just a whipped dog at this point. Yeah. So then, I went to rehab and it took.
That's great.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So the intervention that they had for you, was it the typical, like they went around the room and gave you all that?
Yeah.
And then were you unruly or were you like, fuck?
I was like, yeah, whatever. And then my sister said something that just hit me. Yeah. She said something like, at this point, I wouldn't have you around my kids.
Ooh, yeah.
She didn't have kids. They were imaginary kids at that point.
Hypothetical kids. You're like, that was too much.
That was real.
That was a lot, dude. That was bad.
So that did it. Yeah. And then the rehab, I'd been there a couple times already, so it wasn't, I got laid there, dude. The hottest.
Did you really?
Oh my God.
I mean, isn't that number one rule about recovery is don't get into a relationship?
But you can get laid. I mean, that's what kept me. I was like, this place is awesome. I'm not leaving. This Miami girl, she was like smoking hot. She had like the best fake boobs. Like her dad was like super wealthy. So she had just amazing boobs. And I had to sneak because the boys and girls are, the guys and girls are separate. And I had to like jump from one roof to another. Oh my God. And I had to get like a condom too. So I had to get my buddy send me money He goes, dude, I feel really weird doing this, sending you money at rehab. I go, dude, you got to see this chick's tits. So then when we went to an AA meeting, I bought, there was always, that's the thing, like when you go to the AA meetings, a lot of times there's people that just wait for those vans to come up and they got goods.
Oh.
So you can purchase goods.
Interesting.
You can get drugs. You can do whatever. I mean, not the drugs. I mean, I don't. Those guys are kind of scared, but they could definitely have condoms. They get you all kinds, everything you need, really.
Tylenol, whatever you need.
Yeah, you get that acetaminophen, man. You know what I mean?
Look out!
Your fucking liver's going through withdrawal. I need a little bit of that Tylenol, man. Anyway, so then I banged that girl, and I was like, yeah, this is good. And I'm like, I don't have a problem. And then the next day, or like 2 days later, I remember I was learning how to make meth from a couple of guys.
Nice.
And I was like diligently like taking notes. And I was like, okay, so you get the bathtub, and then you put the aluminum foil in the you know what I mean? And I was like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? Right? Like that was the thing. That was like when I went, oh, I am like these people. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, we are the same.
I love the idea of you like writing in your notebook, like, Tony, can you go back to the part where you cook it after?
Okay. You said 5 minute soaks, but is that a submerged soak, or is that like just right on the top? Yeah.
Am I spraying? Is it a spray? A dusting of water? Oh, no. Okay, fully submerged.
How
Good.
clean does the tub need to be?
I love the idea of you being like a model student too. 3.4 grams that would be.
So you did that, and then
So then that was like summer 2004, and then I was sober met my wife like a year after that, and I kind of had got that job back as a freelancer. Like I worked in post production. Worked in post production for 10 years. I still have that kind of like freelance gig for like money, and then and then like it was like 9 years, I guess, and then I started to get the low edge.
Oh shit!
Started to get a low edge. I just started like I was turning 40, and I was having all kinds of problems with turning 40.
Yeah.
We got a dog, you know what I mean? I started comedy, I started doing like still open mics, you know what I mean? And then I was just like, let me see what that's like.
Oh shit.
And then, like three years into that, back on the rocks.
So it took 3 years of just like boozing a little bit.
I guess it was like 2018, maybe 4 years. Yeah, there was a couple incidents, like a couple fights, you know what I mean?
Okay.
A couple waking up. I woke up in a hospital with handcuffed.
Oof.
Yeah. You ever wake up handcuffed?
No.
Yeah, that was the second time. This one wasn't my dad. This was a nurse going, you have a problem.
And this was in like your 40s?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was like 44.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was like late to work. You know what I mean? I woke up and then had to go to work after being like with handcuff marks on my,
That's tough. Mm-hmm. Dude, that's a call out if you ask me. I go, hey, I'm feeling a little sick. Not going to make it.
Well, that's the thing about being freelance is like you kind of, you get these little pockets of jobs. And it's like, if I don't show up for a freelance gig, it's like, you're ever going to come back here, which is, fine sometimes. But like when you need that money. Yeah. When you're back in the throes of it, you know what I mean? Like I need that cash.
Oh god damn, dude.
What are those indentations on your wrist? I slept on them weird.
I've become a bracelet guy, and just
me and the wife getting a little kinky. Getting a little kink.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Wild stuff.
But you jumped out of that second round pretty
quick.
Yeah,
smoking rocks. Once I started smoking rocks again, that was fast. Yeah. That was like, the 6 a.m. with the homeless guys out by the pair was like, okay, we're done. I can't. It was like so, because in your head you think like, no, I got this.
Yeah.
Couple of setbacks, but then it's like, no, this is right. I remember all of this. I mean, because one of the things we were talking about cop stories. The best, my favorite cop story is when we were. So now we're like, this is back, I guess, late '90s, mid '90s.
Okay.
I'm just like, we're just fucking ready rock. Like it is the thing. Like we would smoke crack like 3 days of the week and then smoke dust the other like you know what I mean? It was just on and off. You would kind of alternate. Right. And it was the same like block. We would go to Somerset Villas down in K&A, where they show all those videos now in Kensington, Philadelphia. With yeah. But it's always been. That's why I'm so crazy. These people are just like, yeah, just because people have phones now, dude. That's the only reason you're seeing. It's always been like that. So we would go down there and get our. But the thing is, you go here's the thing about buying drugs on the street. You're gonna get beat. There's gonna be times where you get beat. Shit. You just beat drugs. It's part of the game. Like you just know, and maybe the guy is somebody you fucking bought from.
Yeah,
multiple times before. Yeah. You say his name, whatever, and he's just beating you this time, and he's looking you right in the eyes as he's like, "This is aspirin." You know what I mean? Like,
oh damn.
And especially if you show up during the day, which we did this time. So we show up during the day, we get fucking beat. And we're like, we have like other stuff on it. There's 3 of us in the Jeep. And my buddy goes, fuck it. Let's go to Atlantic City. So we're driving. We got a little bit of Coke left. We've been drinking. We got a couple beers still in the car. We got acid. A couple hits of acid and a bunch of Xanax. So we're driving down to go to Atlantic City. And my buddy sees Brigantine Castle. Are you familiar with Brigantine Castle? It doesn't exist anymore. But it was like this spooky, haunted pier. Just north of Atlantic City, where you would go for like a whatever haunted house thing.
Yeah.
But his cousin lived there. He had family there. He's like, oh, dude, my cousin lives here. Let's go. So we pull in. His cousin's not there, but his nephew, or I guess his younger, whatever that family thing is. But the kid is there, a 14-year-old kid. And he was like, yeah, dude, let's go to the dunes. You got this Jeep? Cool. So we go to the. Now we're all kind of fucked up. We got this kid with us now, and we're out in these dunes. We don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
We get the Jeep stuck.
Oh, dude.
Like stuck in the sand. And like, it's a Jeep, but it's like a nice Jeep. Like Chuck, he doesn't know how to off-road. We don't know what we're doing. He's never taken this off-road before. Yeah. So I'm like, no, you got to put it in 2L. And it I just remember going, I don't think that was right. As the tires just go deeper in the sand.
Oh, my God.
So now we're there, and it's like afternoon, and we're like trying to figure out how to get out. And there's nobody around.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a park ranger pulls up, and he goes, hey, you guys got to get out of here. Yeah, we're like, yeah, we know. We're stuck. And he goes, no. You have to get in my Jeep, and we have to go. We're like, no, we have to get this. We're stuck. We need like a tow truck. He's like, that tide's going to be in about 30 minutes. He's like, you got to get in his Jeep. He's like, I'm leaving now. You have to get in his Jeep. And we're like, no, dude, we can't. He goes, I'm taking the kid. You want to fucking stay and fucking float away? Like, you can, but I'm taking the kid. And when he said he was taking a kid, I was like, yo, we're going with this dude.
Oh, my God.
We're going with this. I'm not
Holy
I'm not staying here. So then we get in his Jeep, and we're driving away, and Chuck's Jeep, it's like a brand new kind of, maybe a year-old Jeep.
Oh, my God.
I'm just like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're trying, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And the guys,
little water ain't gonna hurt it.
Yeah, it'll be.
Dude, it's meant to be. It's meant to be submerged.
Yeah, that's why they build them. We get to the police. So now he takes us to a police station, and just to file a report. We're not being charged with anything. I think there was like a trespassing maybe kind of thing that was being like dismissed, and Chuck's fucking not doing well. He's just not handling it like in a way that is appropriate for a police station with his friends holding a lot of drugs.
Oh, dude.
Like it still hits acid on me. Dude.
Oh my God.
So we go, Chuck's in there talking, and we're just like sitting outside the room, and all next thing I hear is like the phone just getting thrown across the room. Oh, he's getting in an argument with his dad over about like coming to pick him up. Like his dad is like, because in all fairness, this is the third vehicle Chuck has destroyed. Oh, if not fourth. There was a lot, and I feel like I heard his dad say it. From through the phone, through the wall of like, you ruined another car. So he just he's throwing it. Now he's throwing a phone in a police thing with cops in the room. And Tom and I are like, yo, we got to go, dude. We can't sit in here. if this, like, we have drugs on us, dude, in a police station. I'm like, we got to go. We got to go. And then, so I peek my head and I'm like, yo, chill out, dude. Let's go. Let's go. He's like, no, fuck this shit. And he just fucking explodes on me. And I'm like, dude, we got to go. So we just leave him there. We just leave him in the police station. And we go catch a bus to Atlantic City. Had the fucking night of our lives, dude.
Oh my God.
Awesome. Fantastic. Fucking ate all the acid, did all the fucking pills.
I think the moral of that story is that kid fucked you guys up.
The little kid?
Yeah. What, a fucking going to the dunes?
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot.
Yep. Totally.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's a 14-year-old kid. What we should have kind of known better, I guess. But yeah, he was like, yeah. But here's the other thing. It was probably would have been fine if Chuck knew how to off-road. Oh, it was a 4x4 Jeep.
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to, I think you can
built
off
for that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, right? Yeah, I don't know.
God damn. What happened to him at the police station?
He didn't get charged with anything. He got, like, he had to just wait there. They fucking put him in the cell, though, to wait. Like, he was just too unruly.
Yeah.
And his dad had to fucking drive down to pick him up. Yeah, it was, bro. So fucking.
Not really your problem, though. You're in Atlantic City, baby.
Living life, dude.
Dude, we were hitting, me and Tommy are now, and we're just, and every time the waitress would come over with a Scott, I'm like, I'll have a Dewar's. Felt like such a classy guy. I was like, oh, the Dewar's.
Oh man, dude.
Dude, she comes over and now I'm hitting every time. Like we're just playing slots.
Yeah.
And fucking coins are popping out every time she comes by. We're, dude, this is how they do it.
Yeah.
This is how they do it. When she comes over with the drink, that's when they make you win.
The name's Eddie C. Notes. Pleasure to meet me.
Dude, I got such like a thing now that I'm doing like a little Jimmy thing on the thing, and then I kind of it breaks. I break a slot machine, and we get escorted out of Harris. Like it was just,
dude.
Yeah. So it was a good time. We took the bus home. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love Atlantic City.
Oh my God,
what a time, dude.
So dirty.
Dude, it's filthy. Filthy.
Love it.
I'm surprised it still exists, honestly, today.
I feel like it's purposely, you know what I mean? Like somebody, like it shouldn't exist, but people are like, no, we need.
Dude, me and my girl went there for like a 3-day getaway, a couple like last month. Had an absolute fucking blast.
Yeah.
Stayed at like their best hotel. We went and fucking just got wasted, drunk, lost a bunch of money, got massages, and you go on the boardwalk at the right times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Got timing out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time.
Dude. That's so good. Dude, we're already over an hour, man.
Shit.
That flew by.
Hell yes.
That was great. That was fucking great episode. We'd love to have you back.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming to do it. Tell the people where they can find you. This will be out what's today? Monday? This will be out Wednesday.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
Right before Thanksgiving.
Baby. Nice. Yeah. So you got some little Thanksgiving stories
Yeah,
in there.
it's
Try not
perfect.
to get arrested. That's all I'm going to say.
Wednesday night.
Yeah. You can follow me at Ed McGowan Comedy on Instagram. Go to edmcgowan.com to see my fucking 3 show dates this week. And then listen to my podcast. I got a podcast. Ray's on there. Yours is coming out this Wednesday, too.
Oh, hell yes.
So, yeah. Working Class Holes. A lot of fun. We talk about jobs, all shitty jobs, and how we survive them. And we have a good time.
I had such a blast, man, doing
It's a fun pod.
You doing this, so definitely check out Ed's podcast and give him all the follows on social media. Me personally, you can find me at Zawodni on all those same applications on your fucking phone. And this weekend, I will be home for the holidays doing some comedy shows on Friday and Saturday. Saturday, I'll be at the Rose Bar in White Oak, Pennsylvania.
Rose Bar.
And every single Wednesday, you know where to find me. I will be on Troublemakers podcast with my good pal, Dylan Krasinski. Dylan, where can I find you?
You can follow me at Dylan Krasinski on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and at Troublemakers on all those different sites.
TikTok.
We post clips 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 times a week. So episodes are out every Wednesday. Thanks for listening. Go follow Ed. We'll see you next week, baby.
Thanks, guys.
Good night.